All right, good morning, everyone. I will call to order the November 9th, 2020 Special Call ETSB Committee meeting to order. Start with the roll call, please.
Noonan.
Here.
Franz.
Here.
Andalcio.
Here.
Uladue.
Here.
Connolly.
Here.
Eckhoff.
Here.
Moranowitz.
Here.
Renahan.
Here.
Carr.
Here.
Meyer.
Here.
Teams.
Here.
And Tillman.
Here.
Okay, I am advised we do have a quorum. We're still following the guidelines of the gubernatorial disaster declaration. And since we do not have a physical quorum present, we're going to need a roll call for each vote. I kindly ask if you make a motion or a second, if you could announce your last name. All right, next agenda item be public comment. Do we have anybody sign up for public comment?
We have one public comments. It's from Keith Creston of the Lyle Woodridge Fire District, DuPage Fire Chiefs, and it's a record of attendance only.
Note that. Under Chairman's remarks, the first order of business that I have is this is going to be a resolution acknowledging the contribution of Chief James Connolly to the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County. I'm going to try to read this resolution with one breath. Just kidding. All right, this is resolution ETS 911-1420. Whereas the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County, herein referred to as DuPage ETSB, is an emergency telephone system board established pursuant to section 15.4 of the Local Government Emergency Telephone System Act, 50 ILCS 750/15.4, hereinafter the act, and whereas DuPage ETSB has oversight of the enhanced 911 systems, which is a critical and valued state-of-the-art tool for the expeditious response of public safety to citizen requests for emergency service for citizens of the county of DuPage and portions of Cook, Kane, and Will counties. And whereas Deputy Chief James Connolly was appointed member representative for the DuPage County Fire Chiefs Association for a term commencing November 25th, 2014 through November 30th, 2020, serving with diligence and resolve, exercising fiscal responsibility in the furtherance of the best available technology for the protection of enhanced 911 first responders, telecommunicators, and the community at large. And whereas Deputy Chief Connolly continually seeks to improve the delivery of 911 services to the community and for all public safety first responders, serving as the DuPage ETSB representative for DuPage County Fire Chiefs Association, and by participating in various committees and focus groups, most notably the Finance Focus Group and Fire Station Alerting Standardization Focus Group to further 911 best practices. And whereas Deputy Chief Connolly has served as DuPage ETSB representative on the DuPage County Fire Chiefs Association, leading the request to enhance the DuPage Emergency Dispatch interoperable radio system to include GPS for unit status and location information, making the 911 system more efficient for closest unit to dispatch and improving officer safety, deployed in 2018 through 2019. And whereas Deputy Chief Connolly has been part of the leadership team that developed and brought forward a white paper for the consolidation of fire station alerting into a countywide system for all 64 fire stations within DuPage ETSB 911 system. This 2 million system has demonstrated several efficiencies and time to dispatch for emergency requests for service. And whereas Deputy Chief Connolly has been part of the leadership team that has been working to survey the police and fire executives to determine the first responder needs for replacement of end-of-life portable and mobile radios, the DDIRS component of the DuPage ETSB 911 system in order to develop a strategic long-term plan. Now, therefore, I, Sean Noonan, Chairman, along with the DuPage Emergency Telephone System Board members and staff, thank Deputy Chief Connolly for his leadership and service to the community and to this board, expressing our gratitude on behalf of the citizens, telecommunicators, and first responders of the DuPage ETSB Enhanced 911 systems. I get a motion.
So moved, Tegmeyer.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Oh, roll call, please. Almost got me.
Just because.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Adolfo,
Aye.
Bodu,
Aye.
Conley,
I'll abstain, thanks.
Aye.
Baranowitz,
Yes.
Linehan,
Aye.
Shar.
Aye.
Hetmeyer,
Aye.
Teams,
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye.
Passes.
Motion passes. Congratulations, and thank you very much for all your contributions you've made.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate that. That was way too long. Thanks very much.
Congratulations. All right. Continuing under Chairman's remarks, I just want to announce, for most of you, this is going to be my last meeting as Chairman for the ETSB committee. And I just want to say what a delight it's been to be the Chairman of this committee. I'm grateful for all the interaction, the inputs, just the friendships I've made in the last 2 years being on this committee. Just a wealth of information. I'm still learning, even though I'm an end user. But I just want to thank Linda Zerwin, Eve, Matt, the entire staff for ETSB, all the members here, all your contributions that you guys have made and are continuing to make. I can't thank you enough, and I know you guys are all going to continue to do great things, after I leave. So thank you guys very much. And again, it's been an honor to be the chairman of this committee. So thank you, each and every one of you. Appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, Mark Franz here. I was wondering if I could just have a few words.
Sure.
Thank you very much for your service over the last couple of years. I am not there in person, so I'll say a few things and then ask Linda to read a resolution if she would for us. But do appreciate your leadership over the last 2 years and your consensus building. Under that leadership, the board has guided most of the county 911 services through some exciting and challenging times, including the continuation of PSAP consolidations, major system upgrades, and difficult budget decisions. But we really appreciate your key contributions to this, your strong sense of teamwork and cooperation, and really appreciate all that you've done. So thank you, and I'm sorry I'm not there in person to read the resolution. But Linda, would you do the honors?
I certainly would. A resolution acknowledging the contribution of Sean Newton to the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County, Resolution ETS 911-1820. Whereas, I can't do this all in one breath. Whereas the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County, hereinafter referred to as DuPage ETSB, is an emergency telephone system board established pursuant to Section 15.4 of the Local Government Emergency Telephone System Act, 50 ILCS 750-15.4, which has oversight of enhanced 911 systems for citizens of the county of DuPage and portions of Cook, Kane, and Will counties. And whereas Sean Noonan was appointed to the DuPage ETS board as chairman for a term commencing December 11, 2018 through November 30th, 2020, serving with diligence and resolve, exercising fiscal responsibility in the furtherance of the best available technology for the protection of enhanced 911 first responders and telecommunicators to serve the community at large. And whereas under Chairman Noonan's tenure, the ETS board successfully launched the DuPage Justice Information System, DUJIS, a countywide comprehensive digital justice system creating a seamless transfer of information from the initiation of a 911 incident through the disposition of a court case, working with the DuPage County State's Attorney Robert Berlin and his office, the DuPage County Sheriff's Office, and municipalities and fire protection districts that make up the 62 participating first responder agencies. And whereas under Chairman Noonan's tenure, the DuPage Emergency Dispatch Interoperable Radio System, DEDERS, was upgraded and enhanced with GPS for unit status and location information, making the 911 system more efficient for closest unit to dispatch and improving officer safety deployed in 2018-2019. And Whereas under Chairman Noonan's tenure, the ETS Board approved and implemented a countywide fire station alerting system for all 64 fire stations within the DuPage ETSB 911 system. This $2 million system has demonstrated several efficiencies in time to dispatch for emergency requests for service. And whereas under Chairman Noonan's tenure, the DuPage ETSB 911 consolidated the Sheriff's Office PSEP, resulting in a system with 2 PSEPs, which is 2 less than the statutory requirement, thereby diminishing redundancy and consolidating services for a more efficient, cost-effective, enhanced 911 system for the citizens of DuPage County and its visitors. Now, therefore, I, Mark Fran, Vice Chairman Mark Franz, along with DuPage Emergency Telephone System Board members and staff, thank Sean Noonan for his leadership and service to the community and to this board, expressing our gratitude on behalf of the citizens, telecommunicators, and first responders of the DuPage ETSB Enhanced 911 system. Vice Chairman Franz, do you want to call for a motion?
Also moved.
Okay.
Second. Sorry about that. Second, yes.
Roll call.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Moranowitz.
I'm sorry, Linda, you cut out. Could you reread that again, please? Yes, I'm a definite yes.
Brennahan.
Aye.
Shar.
Aye.
Hepmeyer.
Aye.
Teams.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan. Franz. Franz.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry.
Andalcio.
Yes.
Philidou.
Aye.
And Connolly.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Next agenda item is going to be members. Yeah. Any members' remarks from anybody else? Next, moving on to consent agenda. Under monthly staff reports, I'll entertain a motion to approve 19-20-66, the monthly report for November 9th special call meeting. I'll move that off.
Second, Tillman.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Moranowitz.
Yes,
Brennahan.
Aye.
Shar.
Aye.
Hepmeyer.
Aye.
Teams.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz.
Yes.
Andalcio.
Aye.
Philidou.
Aye.
And Connolly.
Motion passes. Next item, revenue report 911 surcharge funds. I'll entertain a motion to approve 19-20-64 ETSB revenue report for November 9th. Special call meeting for Fund 5820/equalization.
So moved, Tegmeyer.
Second, Bill.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hepmeyer.
Aye.
Teams.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz.
Yes.
Andalcio.
Aye.
Philidou. Connolly.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Moranowitz.
yes,
Brennahan.
Aye.
And Shar.
Aye.
Motion passes. Under milestones, I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 5320 resolution for the approval of milestone number 37, a monetary milestone for implementation services, project management, configuration, integration, and test in the amount of $109,049 in accordance with document 1.1.2, milestone payment schedule of contract 3187-0001 served between DuPage County Emergency Telephone System Board and Purvis Incorporated.
So move, Conley.
Second, Andalcio.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Connolly.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Moranowitz.
yes,
Brennahan.
Aye.
Shar.
Aye.
Hepmeyer.
Aye.
Teams.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz.
Yes.
Andalcio.
Aye.
And Philidou.
Motion passes. Moving on to payment of claims, I'll entertain a motion to approve 19-20-65 payment of claims for November 9th, 2020 for FY20. Total for $4,000-5820 equalization $509,653.63. Total for interdepartment transfers for 4000-5820 equalization, $179,291.96.
I'll move Deckoff.
Second, Tillman.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Peckoff.
Aye.
Marinowitz.
Yes.
Granahan.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Meyer.
Aye.
Ames.
Aye.
Hellman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz.
Yeah.
Indalcio.
Aye.
Ludo.
Aye.
And Connolly.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to change orders, I'll entertain a motion to approve ETS CO 2420, resolution approving change order number 2 to AT&T Inc. PO 918-114/2845-1 to encumber additional funds for taxes and fees and extend the expiration date of the session initiated protocol lines in the county finance software.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if I may, Member Ranahan brought this to my attention, and I apologize to the board. This should have a vendor ethics statement because of the increase. Although the increase here is for fees and taxes, which were just recently calculated because, as you recall, there were major issues with reconciling this contract. I believe it still would require. So I would ask that we pull this and bring it back to the December meeting. I apologize that I didn't tell you that sooner.
All right, we're going to pull that under change orders C1.
Huh? No, we're just going to. That's your.
All right, next, moving on under change orders, item C2. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETS CO 26-20, resolution approving change order number 26 to AT&T Inc. for a 36-month renewal of the dedicated Ethernet service. Total amount $66,000.
Moved by Tillman.
Second, Deckoff.
Any discussion? Member Ranahan?
I just had a question on this one. Is a vendor ethics also required on this one? I did not see it attached. I know it's a change order over 25,000.
About 10% of the original contract.
Speak up so they can hear you.
And checking with procurement, the vendor ethics forms are required for over 10% change of the original contract.
But the vendor ethics actually statement, it says a change order over 25,000. So maybe we have things that don't match here. Just a question.
Mr. State's Attorney, what would you like to do?
I would
Now I'm at a loss at what to do.
check on the procurement ordinance to see why there's a discrepancy, if there is one. Does it say 25 or 25,000 or 10%? I don't know. I'd have to look.
Yeah, it says 25,000.
Why don't you just pass on that one and we will, I'll take a look on the ethics ordinance.
Okay. The recommendation is to pass, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
And while the State's Attorney reviews.
Okay. We're going to pass on this agenda item for the moment, and then we'll move on to item C3 under change orders. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETS CO 25-20, resolution approving change order number 4 to Purvis Systems Incorporated PO 918126/3187-1 to encumber additional funds to allow for the adjustment of optional equipment for fire agencies. Total amount of change order, $145,232.
So move, Conley.
Second, Tillman.
Any discussion? Oh, Member Renigan?
I'm sorry to do this, but again, there's no vendor ethics attached to this item. And if it is 25,000 for a change order, as the procurement ordinance says, I think we need to have that information.
Was the original, yes, that would bring us back to the original 650 that we'd asked for.
Okay, in this case, and I'm fine with whatever you want to do, but in this case, the original amount that was approved wasn't encumbered, so this would bring us back to the original amount that was approved under the optional equipment original change order. So it's even more confusing. So you want to just pass these for the moment?
Okay.
All right.
We will also pass this item for the moment. Moving on to purchase resolutions, I'll entertain a motion to approve ETS R 6320, awarding resolution to CDW Government LLC PO 921002 for a blanket purchase order for the purchase of small computer equipment and replacement parts made through the National Intergovernmental Purchasing Alliance. Total amount $25,000.
Moved by Tillman.
Second, Teams.
Mr. Chairman, I'll be recusing myself and also recuse an item with this resolution.
Let the record reflect member Indelcio recusing himself. Okay, get a motion in a second.
Yep, we got one.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Andalcio,
Recuse.
Philidou,
Yes.
Conley,
Aye.
Peckoff,
Aye.
Moranowitz,
Yes.
Renahan.
No.
That was a no, correct?
Yes.
Shar. And Tetmeyer
Yes.
and Teams.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item on the purchase resolution B2 will also show member Indelcio recusing himself. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETS R 6420, awarding resolution to Dell Marketing LPPO 921003 for a blanket purchase order for the purchase of small computer equipment and replacement parts made through Midwestern Higher Education Compact. Total amount $30,000.
Moved by Tillman.
Back off.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Andalcio,
Recuse.
Philidou,
Yes.
Conley,
Aye.
Peckoff,
Aye.
Moranowitz,
Yes.
Renahan,
No.
Shar,
Aye.
Tetmeyer,
Aye.
and Teams.
Aye.
Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 6520, awarding resolution to Motorola Solutions, Inc., PO 921004, for a blanket purchase order for replacement parts made through Illinois Starcom Master Contract, CMS 361-8050 for radios. Total amount, $100,000.
So move, Tegmeyer.
Second, Teams.
Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, it's Conley. Quick question for Linda.
Yes, sir.
So Linda, I know we usually do this for miscellaneous parts, but does this give us an opportunity to get access to spare parts that may be dwindling, or is this just for our routine supplies?
This is the amount we've been budgeting the last couple of years for routine supplies. We started at 100. One year we dropped it down based on usage, but given the age of the equipment and the fact that we're pushing that radio replacement down the road a little bit, it's back up to 100,000. I'm still working with Motorola on any cash replacement parts to your question.
So that would be over and above this amount here, correct?
Maybe.
Thank you very much.
Yes, procurement on that. on how we should best do that, because this is really only intended for one-off purchases.
Thanks for the clarification.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tetmeyer,
Aye.
Teams,
Aye.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz. Franz,
Yes.
Andalcio,
Yes.
Philidou,
Yes.
Conley,
Aye.
Peckoff, Moranowitz,
Yes.
Renahan,
Aye.
and Shar.
Aye.
Motion passes. Our next item, been advised, Member Indalcio also would like to recuse himself from this agenda item. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 66-20 awarding resolution to CDW Government PO 920151 for a one-year renewal of VM virtual server maintenance. Total amount $10,626.
Moved by Tillman.
Second, Peckoff.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Indalcio,
Yes.
Philidou,
Yes.
Conley,
Aye.
Peckoff,
Aye.
Moranowitz,
Yes.
Renahan,
No.
Shar,
Aye.
Stepmeyer,
Aye.
and Teams.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 6720 awarding resolution to Environmental Services Research Institute, Inc., ESRI PO 921005 for a 13-month maintenance renewal of ArcGIS desktop advanced software. Total amount $17,127.13.
Moved by Tillman.
Second, Tegmeyer.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Indalcio,
Yes.
Philidou,
Yes.
Conley,
Aye.
Peckoff, Moranowitz,
Yes.
Renahan,
Aye.
Shar,
Aye.
Stepmeyer,
Aye.
and Teams.
Aye.
Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 6820 awarding resolution to 911 Data Master Inc. PO 921007 for a one-year renewal of Spatio Station software licensing. Total amount $13,000.
Oh, Peckoff.
Second, Conley.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Peckoff, Moranowitz,
Yes.
Renahan,
Aye.
Shar,
Aye.
Stepmeyer,
Aye.
Teams,
Aye.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Indalcio,
Aye.
Philidou,
Yes.
and Conley.
Aye.
Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 7120 awarding resolution to Motorola Solutions Inc. PO 920113 to purchase a 5-year subscription for the radio management tool to facilitate the programming of radios in the DuPage ETSB system. Total amount $448,860.
So move, Conley.
Second, Moranowitz.
Any discussion?
Yes. Member Franz here. Linda, could you just give us a little bit of background on this and budget implications as it was budgeted? And does this relate to the RFP discussion we had some time ago?
Oh, okay. So part one is that we do have, the board received a memorandum with some additional background on this. We do have a standalone system that is housed at DUCOM as our current maintainer. The software is used to manage the 3,500 plus radios that we have. This system has not, it's had a few, updates, but it hasn't really had a major facelift. So in getting ready, so I had hoped to move this with the radio purchase, but since we're kind of pushing that down the road a little bit, I would like to have the opportunity to update that system now, which allows a more seamless way to do this in terms of batching radios and updating. It's also better asset management. We've been working with DUCOM. So that's the first part of it. Is it really would put it on a web-based platform, update it, and kind of get us in line for moving these forward, no matter who the vendor is. But and on that note, yes, you do have an RFP that's due The maintenance with DuCon is coming to a close. I've been working with Member Tegmeyer as the director of DuCom to look at how these last couple of months have gone and what work is being done so we can define a better scope and come with you. I think we're going to have a recommendation on the RFP process for you. But so these things kind of all dovetail together. Did I answer all your questions?
Yes, you did. I've got one follow-up question. I noticed it's a sole source purchase. Is there any competition or a way to competitively bid this, or is it that impossible to have?
It's sole source through Motorola because it's their platform. And while there are other softwares that can do this, this would tie us directly to Motorola and the Starcom system in terms of their release notes and updates. So if we're going to go to an online platform, I'm going to say probably because I wouldn't recommend it, I didn't think it was the best choice. This is the best choice for us to move forward into a web-based platform.
Okay, appreciate that. I'd like to, if there's any concerns from the 2P staff, so I'd love to know if there are concerns.
No concerns from ACDC.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Conley,
Aye.
Echo,
Aye.
Marinowitz,
Yes.
Regan.
Aye.
Shar. Shar.
Aye.
Tegmeyer,
Aye.
Teams,
Aye.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Grant,
Yes.
Adalcio,
Yes.
and Billy.
Yes.
Motion passes. You ready for that yet, or?
Yeah, I do have something with regards to the change order.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the change order agenda items. This is reference C2 and C3. Our state's attorneys here.
With regards to the required vendor ethics disclosure statements, the statement itself says that the DuPage County procurement ordinance requires the following written disclosures prior to award. And going down into that paragraph, it says, the contractor, union, or vendor shall update such disclosure annually during the term of a multi-year contract and prior to any change order or renewal requiring approval by the county board. So it looks like you would, and it also, in another section a little bit further down, required one for a change order. So I would say, based upon what I could research while I was sitting here on my phone, it says continuing disclosure is required, and I agree to update this disclosure form as follows, with any request for change order except those issued by the county for administrative adjustments. So it would appear to me that a change order would be necessary, or a disclosure would be necessary, or an update.
Okay. So do we want to pull those in?
Mr. Chairman, a question.
Yes, sir. Member Callen.
Maybe a state's attorney question, but can we approve these subject to obtaining the ethics ordinance or ethics statements, or do you have to have it in hand before you can approve them?
I think you would be able to update or approve them and require the update within a certain amount of time.
Man, I'll come to the county.
No, these are not on the council agenda. It's a pleasure of the board, whatever you're more comfortable with. Is there any danger of anything lapsing on these?
The SIP one will be expiring soon, but we can work with AT&T on that.
Which one?
Number 2, so C2. We do have a vendor ethics form from AT&T as of February of 20.
Member Renahan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know what? I'm comfortable passing these today, subject to receiving these later. I just really want to draw some attention to following the vendor ethics ordinance and making sure that we have our subcontractors listed and all the information that's required under the county procurement requirement.
Thank you.
You can move forward and pass them subject to receiving the disclosure.
Okay.
Within some time period.
We already passed one.
We pulled one, so
Oh,
we
we
can put
did.
it back on.
That is pleasure.
Mr. Chairman, can I make a motion with the state's attorney's recommendation to approve, but can we make it to combine and approve items C 1, 2, and 3 with the filled out requisition forms to be reviewed by staff, or however the state's attorney worded that?
Subject to presentation of vendor disclosures within 7 days.
Sounds perfect. That would be my motion.
Back off second.
Can I ask for 10 days because of the holiday? I'm sorry.
Yes, that's my motion.
Combine and approve. Who's the second?
All right. I guess so we're clear, motion to combine and approve change order agenda items 1 through 3 with the changes recommended by state's attorney and to be completed in 10 days.
Yes, please.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tegmeyer.
Aye.
Keys.
Aye.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz.
Yes.
Andalcio.
Yes.
Philippe.
Yes.
Connolly.
Aye.
Eckhoff. Aye. Baranowitz.
Yes.
Renahan.
Aye.
And Star.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Moving on to budget transfers. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 6920 budget transfer for the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County for fiscal year 2020 from 5820-53828 contingencies to 5820-53807 software maintenance agreements for a renewal of VM virtual server maintenance. Total budget transfer $10,626.
Moved by Tillman.
Second, Andalcio.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz.
Yes.
Andalcio.
Aye.
Philippe.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Baranowitz.
Yes.
Renahan.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Tegmeyer.
Aye.
And Teams.
Aye.
Motion passes. I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 7020 budget transfer for the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County for fiscal year 2020 from 5820-53828 contingencies to 5820-52280 cleaning supplies for the purchase of disinfectant for ETSB office and ACDC and DUCOM PSAPs. Total budget transfer $2,000.
Moved by Tillman.
Second, Billiter.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Tillman.
Aye.
Noonan.
Aye.
Franz. Franz.
Yes.
Andalcio.
Aye.
Philippe.
Aye.
Connolly.
Aye.
Eckhoff.
Aye.
Baranowitz.
Yes.
Renahan.
Aye.
Star.
Aye.
Tegmeyer.
Aye.
And Teams.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
In consultation with the state's attorney, for budget transfer item E1, I'd like to go back to that and give Mr. Andalcio an opportunity to recuse himself because it relates to the transfer of money for an item approved in which he recused himself, namely D5, hold on, D4, I'm sorry, ETSR 06620, we should go back and redo that motion.
You do that.
Yeah, so he shouldn't second, he should repeat.
Okay. Just the first one, correct? All right. Going back to change orders.
No, not change orders, budget transfer, first budget transfer.
Mr. Chairman, I'd second the motion to approve the budget transfer E1.
All right, there we go.
Tegmeyer.
Have to redo that then?
If anyone wants to change their vote and tell me how they should be reported.
Okay, so then a roll call.
Okay. Roll call.
Hepmeyer, I'm sorry, Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Indalcio,
Recused.
Philidou,
Yes.
Conley,
Aye.
Pekoff,
Aye.
Moranowitz,
Yes.
Granahan,
Aye.
Shar,
Aye.
Hepmeyer,
Aye.
and Teams.
Aye.
It passes.
There.
Under resolutions, I'll entertain a motion to approve ETSR 6220, resolution to adopt a memorandum of understanding between the Emergency Telephone System Board of DuPage County and the Metropolitan Emergency Response and Investigations Team to provide one-time funds to merit for replacement headsets.
So moved.
Second, Tillman.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Pekoff,
Aye.
Moranowitz,
Yes.
Granahan,
Aye.
Shar,
Aye.
Hepmeyer,
Aye.
Teams,
Aye.
Tillman,
Aye.
Noonan,
Aye.
Franz,
Yes.
Indalcio,
Aye.
Philidou,
Aye.
and Conley.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on, next agenda item, PSAP request for consolidation cost reimbursement.
The board's received a memo regarding 911 system consolidation, and this is a second, this is the second request from ACDC for additional funding reimbursement. In this case, it is and the council furniture, not the radio console, since we all get confused about this. And you can see from their submission and that the board doesn't typically do furniture. Since this is a consolidation, and the reason they need the additional furniture is due to consolidation and bringing it before the board for consideration. This is an unbudgeted expense, but sufficient funds exist in the FY20 budget for this reimbursement. It would be adding an additional $49,433.60 to their already approved amount of $321,466. Along with this, in discussion with both directors regarding the redistribution of equipment from the sheriff's PSAP, DUCOM has indicated they have use and have space for additional positions, and I would ask the board if they're going to go forward that they also at this time approve any furniture for DUCOM in that pricing if and when they decide to move forward with that expansion. It is also my intention to submit this consolidation to the state in their consolidation grants for their consolidation grants. Those are due in February. The nice thing about these grants are they can be awarded even if the projects aren't 100% complete. We don't have to have receipts to be reimbursed. We can be approved and then continue on with our project within a certain time frame. So I would be asking for approval of both, and if DUCOM moves forward, they can just bring the dollar amount forward at the time that they're doing that. There was a considerable amount of documentation provided by ACDC, the nitty-gritty nuts and bolts of these councils, and I can provide those to you, but it was a fairly large file. If anybody has any questions, I think I gave you the pertinent information over the top of what they are.
As member Tillman, I have a question.
Yeah.
Linda, these councils are needed because ACDC or the sheriff consolidated with ACDC, correct? Is that why the extra councils are needed?
Correct.
Yes, if member teams would like to speak to her.
Well, no, that answers part of my question. The other question I have is, so then DUCOM needs those councils as well, because if there's a failure, they need to be able to back up all of ACDC and the sheriff, correct?
Yes.
So the question I had, because you said DUCOM, when they're ready to make that request, could be eligible for the funding. I just want to ensure that the councils will be installed right away so that redundancy is in place for the PSAPs in terms of being able to back up each other.
I think the minimum level exists today, Mike. There's just room for one more in our current furniture layout that I could fill out.
Got it. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
And I think remember too that Addison is smaller, so the number of positions that have to come over, because the build out was built for 3 PSAPs. So you're eliminating the sheriff's 5 positions and you're not bringing 5 forward into the new configuration. So I think we're okay. Or I think there's not urgency, I guess it'd be.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
A good point. Yes, so looking for consent, I think we vote to approve it. I'm not sure which way to go.
There's a consensus. On the agenda for a vote.
It's under, I think is it under, you just put it under the action item? It's under action item, so we would vote on it, right? Vote required. Isn't it? Nope. Okay, so it's consensus then. Oh, we can always vote it. I guess the question is there anybody who objects?
Everyone on board?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. No objections there. Next item, number 9, Rave Mobile Safety Discussion for Renewal.
So here we are again. Time flies. So Rave Mobile Safety, this is your Smart 911 application. We generally bring this before the board 90 days prior to renewal being required and to get your consensus on whether or not you want to review, because we have a time frame with which to notify Rave Mobile Safety if we're not going to do the renewal built into the contract. And this is the second of 5 renewals built into the contract. And the value for 2021 would be $119,700.
Where do the PSAP stand with renewal?
I think Brian and I agree that we're big fans of Rave Mobile and we would like to renew.
Yeah. Besides the Smart 911 product, it gives us access to other resources like the network connection to Rapid SOS and other things.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just a question. I think the last time I looked, we were at about 6% of the county subscriber, something like that. That sound like the right number, somewhere in that? 5-6%. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact number. I guess my point is that I support, moving forward, and I think the PSAPs have made it clear there's some other advantages. Maybe some of those go away with next generation 911. So I would say makes sense probably to continue for another year, but I think the board should take a close look at this once next generation 911 comes along and see if this makes sense for 5% of the county, unless we get some better subscription rate than that. But I understand the advantages. I'm not against it, just saying take a close look when it comes up again.
The consensus of the board, are we, is everyone in favor of continuing this?
Yep.
And not, nobody opposed? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
It'll be on a future agenda for renewal.
Next item is going to be 10. We're actually going to pull this item, priority dispatch. Discussion, we're going to pull this item.
Yep.
Next item, 2-page ETSB 911 system design.
I have nothing further to report other than what's been brought forward in the monthly report, unless there's questions.
Anybody have any? Nothing? Okay. Moving on to old business. Does anybody have any old business? Hearing none. Moving on to new business, I do have one thing. Just wondering what the feel of this committee is for changing our meeting dates. Again, it's not going to affect me in any way. My Tuesdays are going to be quite available, but new committee date for meetings. Any suggestions moving from Monday to another day of the week?
If I may, the last time we discussed this, everyone agreed that we would move off Tuesdays because it's more productive for this board to have additional time to talk. I had a board member ask me if it was possible to move off of Monday because of a pending conflict or continuing conflict on Monday morning. So I'm wondering if the board is available on Wednesday mornings. I'm assuming even second Wednesday of the month.
Yes.
Second Wednesday of the month. Member Conley can go ahead and speak for his replacement.
Yeah, DuPage Chiefs is on Tuesday, so a Wednesday's probably okay. Not speaking for future member Kramer, but the known conflicts for DuPage are not a problem.
I was thinking 9 a.m. and I realize it's not a pop quiz, but we do need to start preparing the calendar of meetings. So I would ask if it's not going to work, just let Eve and I know by email sometime this week so that we can start working on it. Is there no opposition to moving off of Monday? I know Monday can be kind of tough for people after a weekend too, first thing in the morning.
Wednesday's good by me. Tuesdays I have a conflict, so.
Okay, so we'll shoot for Wednesday at 9 a.m., second Wednesday of the month.
That'd be effective in December, Linda?
January.
January.
Any other new business by anybody? I'm reliably informed we do not have executive session. Our next meeting scheduled for Monday, December 7th at 9 a.m. Without objection, we stand adjourned.
Mr. Chairman?
Thank you. Yep, yes.
I'm sorry, you caught me a little off guard with the resolution, so I didn't have a chance to make any cogent thoughts to my comments. If I have just 30 seconds of your time. First of all, wish you well, and very disappointed you're not going to be with ETSB. Appreciate your leadership and everything you've done to help all of us. From my own personal perspective, it's been a very educational, I guess it's almost 7 years now. I think we as a board, made great progress. Sometimes when you're in the middle of the battle, you kind of lose track of all the progress you've made, and certainly credit to Linda and her staff for everything they've done. Think about where we were, I remember, when we did have 22 PSAPs in the county, and I remember when I was on the board, we had far more than we have today. We've achieved great consolidation, consistency. You think about all the systems, radio system, DETRS, CAD, fire station alerting, and others. It's been a slow but steady progress, and I think that goes not just to efficiency, but it goes to effectiveness, and most importantly to public safety, both for officers, firefighters, EMTs, as well as the public in general. And my last admonition to the board is keep an eye on the pennies. I think we make good decisions. We made some, I think, very good decisions today, but some of these were unbudgeted decisions, and they do eat away at whatever monies we have for capital reserves and that. So just ask you to keep your eye on the ball, and I'm sure future member Kramer, who will represent DuPage Fire Chiefs, who's the Addison Deputy Chief, will do a great job. So again, thanks for everything, and those are my comments.
Thank you. Anybody else? Again, the next meeting scheduled for Monday, December 7th at 9 a.m. Without objection, we stand adjourned.
Oh, there was there.